Hello everyone, welcome to the ninth session of HSA English. Quick revision. Today, let's deal with our next section, that is literary criticism and terms. The first topic is rasa, the theory of rasa. The key figure related to rasa is Bharadamuni, author of the Sanskrit text Natya Shastra, which has 37 chapters. And chapter 6 deals with rasa and chapter 7 deals with bhava. And according to Bharadamuni, there are 8 rasas. Sringaram, Hasyam, Raudram, Karunam, Bhibatsam, Bhayanagam, Veeram, Adbhutam. Then a ninth rasa was added, that is Shantam, by Abhinavagupta. So rasa occurs when Vibhava, Anubhava, Vyabhichari bhava or Sanjari bhava combines together. And Sahridaya will, or the ideal spectator, will get that rasa. Vibhava is again divided into Alambana Vibhava and Uddibana Vibhava. Alambana means certain characters or any events that causes the emotion. Then Uddibana Vibhava means the environment, the setting, that kind of non-living attributes comes under Uddibana Vibhava. Then Anubhava means our speech, gestures and body languages. And Vyabhichari Bhava or the Sanjari Bhava means fleeting or transitory emotions, and they are of 33 kinds. So all these combines to form rasa. So this 9 sthai bhavas have preceding deities and color related to it. Sringara, Vishnu, and the color is dark brown black. Hasyam, Shiva, white is the color. Raudram, Rudra, red. Karuna, Yama, grey is the color. Bhibatsam, Mahakala is a deity and the color is blue. Bhayanagam, Kala, of course the color is also black. Veeram, Indra, the color is bright white. Adbhutam, Brahma, yellow is the color. And Shandam, Vishnu, the color is perpetual white. So these are some of the important points related to the first topic, theory of rasa. Next we are moving on to theory of Dhvani or theory of suggestion, Vyanjana. So according to Anandavardhana, Dhvani is the soul of poetry. He developed his ideas in Dhvanyaloka, which was during 9th century. And it is divided into 4 udyotas and written in 3 parts, the Karika, Vritti and examples. So there are 3 levels of meaning of words. Abhida. Abhida means primary derivative meaning. Then Lakshana, secondary derivative meaning. And Vyanjana, which is our matter of concern, that is the suggested or tertiary meaning. This suggested or tertiary meaning is again divided into Vastu or objective suggestion and Alankara or ornamentation, which is very much related to poetry. Okay, our next topic is Aristotle's Poetics. It is the earliest surviving work of Greek dramatic theory and the first extant philosophical treatise to solely focus on literary theory. The original language is Greek and it is divided into 26 chapters that discusses or that deals with nature and function of poetry, tragedy, then comparison it with epic poetry, poetic diction, and all that. So this is the surviving part of poetics, and the second part was related to comedy and it has been lost. So it was written around 330 BCE. Actually, these were a series of lectures delivered at the Lyceum between 335 and 323 BCE, and these were preserved as student notes. So according to poetics, there are 6 elements of tragedy: plot, character, diction, spectacle, song, and thought. So there are a few more terms you need to remind, that is remind or remember. That is, one is hamartia, which is the character's flow that leads to downfall. Then catharsis, meaning purgation or purification. Then anagnorisis, that is recognition or the discovery of truth. And peripetia, which is a reversal of fortune. Mimesis is imitation. So these are some of the key terms to be noted in this section of poetics. Now coming to Preface to Lyrical Ballads by Wordsworth. It was an essay composed for the 2nd edition of the Lyrical Ballads, which was published in 1800. And it is again expanded in the 3rd edition of 1802. So this preface to lyrical ballads is seen as a de facto manifesto of the Romantic movement. The next is Biographia Literaria by Coleridge. It has 24 chapters, and in our syllabus, we have to only deal with chapter 14. So this Biographia Literaria is a critical autobiography. It was published in 1817 in 2 volumes. The working title was Autobiographia Literaria. It's a combination of autobiography and literary criticism. And the subtitle is Biographical Sketches of My Literary Life and Opinions, which alludes to the life and opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman by Lawrence Sterne. So originally, it was intended as a preface to his poetry collection, that is Sibyllin Lives. And there came another edition, which was published in 1847. So chapter 14 discusses the nature and function of poetry, distinguishing from prose, then 2 cardinal points of poetry, that is nature and imagination, then willing suspension of disbelief, all these things. Next is Arnold's Study of Poetry, which was published as an introduction to T.H. Ward's anthology, The English Poets, in 1880. Then it appeared later in Essays on Criticism, second series, in 1888. It is divided into 2 parts. First is Nature and Function of Poetry, and the second is Evaluating English Poets from Chaucer onwards. Next, an important thing is the 3 assumptions of poets' correct judgment, that is real estimate, personal estimate, and historical estimate. Go through all these key points. It will be helpful for you during the exam. Next is Tradition and the Individual Talent by T.S. Eliot. It was first published in The Egoist, and later in Eliot's first book of criticism, The Sacred Wood, Essays on Poetry and Criticism. So it was first published in The Egoist in 1919. Then in The Sacred Wood, Essays on Poetry and Criticism in 1920. It is divided into 3 parts: the concept of tradition, the theory of impersonal poetry, and conclusion. The essay is also available in Eliot's Selected Prose and Selected Essays. The next is Nature of the Linguistic Sign by Ferdinand de Saussure, who is known as a father of modern linguistics. He was a Swiss linguist and founder of structuralism. So this Nature of the Linguistic Sign is taken from Course in General Linguistics, which was published in French in 1916. It is a compilation of notes taken by Saussure's students based on his lectures at the University of Geneva from 1906 to 1911. So you have to only think about sign, signifier, signified. Okay, so sign is the symbol, signifier is the sound, and signified is the concept. So it was translated into English in 1959 by Wade Buskin. And first part of this book is Nature of the Linguistic Sign. It describes linguistic sign as 2-sided psychological entity, signifier and signified. And the first principle is the arbitrary nature of sign. So our last topic is Towards a Feminist Poetics by Elaine Showalter, which was first presented in 1978 as an introductory lecture on the first series on literature and women at University of Oxford. Then it was published in 1979. It first develops and coins the term gynocriticism. And originally it again reappeared in New Literary History. So it divides feminist criticism into 2. Woman as reader, or the feminist critique, and woman as a writer, that is gynocritics. And the next important thing is the history of women's literature is divided into 3 phases. That is the feminine phase from 1840 to 1880. That is most of the writers use male pseudonyms. That is the one characteristic of this phase. The second is feminist phase, that is from 1880 to 1920. There were political protests, then were the study of images of women. And the third phase is female phase, that is from 1920 to the present day. It deals with women's writing and experience and the celebration of female identity. So here ends our literary criticism section. Now we have our next module, that is phonetics. Then that is the 5th module, right? So and the 6th and 7th deals with the language and grammar part, and our last module is teaching of English. So I'm thinking of clubbing the module 5 and module 8 in such a way that I will present it before you as some MCQs, and the other 2 modules you have to practice on your own. So so this is the second last session. This is a 9th session, and the next session, 10th session, I will wind up this quick revision series. Hope it will be helpful for you for the exam. So that's all for today.